91. Here's a look at those two stars in the making and how they stacked up, both of them with about 30 minutes of work. Cunningham 25 points, 20 for Cunningham, 25 for Green, both of them efficient from the floor. All 5 Rocket starters here finished in double figures, and their 3 first-round picks all had great games as well. As you see, Green, game-high 25 points, Sengun 21. Josh Christopher, the 24th overall pick, pitched in 15 points and 7 assists of his own. Joining us now with more, CBS NBA analyst and former NBA Coach of the Year, our champion, our coach, Avery Johnson. Avery, thank you for joining us. We had a little showcase here, a 1 versus 2 on Tuesday night. What'd you make of this matchup and what these two young bucks showed us early on?
Well, both kids, whether you're talking about Cade Cunningham or Green from the Rockets, they both are studs. When you look at the differentiating factors with both of their teams, it's the supporting cast. You alluded to it, Joe. When you look at Josh Christopher, double figures, 7 assists, outstanding on both ends of the floor. All 5 starters for the Houston Rockets scored in double figures. And they all were +2 or above in terms of their plus minus. When you look at Detroit, they're not there yet. And especially Hayes, last year's first-round draft pick, really struggled. I think he was a -24. He's not shooting the ball well. I think the one key for the Detroit Pistons, do they want Cade Cunningham to be potentially the next Magic Johnson, or do they want him to be the next Middleton? Either one is fine, but I would prefer Magic Johnson. You got to get Cade Cunningham on the ball more. He's standing in the corner too much. He's got to handle the ball like we're showing in these highlights. But there are too many other times he's not touching the basketball. That doesn't bode well for the Detroit Pistons.
I'm sure the greater Motor City would hope for a little bit of magic in their first overall pick. Just to further outline what you're saying here, Coach, Detroit from 3, Cade Cunningham 4 of 9. The rest of the team 3 of 25 from long range. So the man's got to handle the ball. The man's got to get his shots up. A lot to be excited about for these two fan bases in terms of the talent on the team right now, getting your first overall pick or your second overall pick respectively. But Coach, you said it here. It's going to take some time, and it's going to have to be tempered expectations. But when you're looking at this sort of skill set and a future that's a little bit brighter than it was a day ago or the day before the draft, what are some of those indicators you're looking for that things are headed in the right direction for these two franchises?
Well, when you look at Houston first, Joe, you look at Kenyon Martin Jr., just a high flyer, wire act, slam dunk specialist, improving his outside shot. Josh Christopher, obviously he didn't go in the lottery, went later on in the first round. Arizona State, nice pick there. When you look Woods, their center that's returning from the Rockets. When you look at the Rockets, I think they're pretty set up now. John Wall's got to come back and be in spectacular shape, getting back to the old John Wall. But for the most part, you got 2 bookend players in Green and Christopher that you can build your franchise around for the next 15 years. When you look at the Detroit Pistons got to make a decision. Because, again, with a guy like Cade Cunningham, I don't think he can play off the ball 60 to 75% of the time. He needs the basketball. I've been watching this kid since he played with the Texas Titans AAU team in Dallas since he was in 6th grade. He's not a stand in the corner guy. He needs the basketball. Now you have to figure out what you're going to do with Hayes. But if you're going to build your team around Cade Cunningham, you got to get players that can make shots. He had about 7 to 10 assist opportunities in game 1 of his summer league, and they came up empty. Need guys to make shots, whether you're a lottery pick, first round pick later in the first round, you got to have the complementary pieces to support that skill set.
When they call you the coach, there is no off season. Avery Johnson breaking it down with us here on HQ. Thank you as always, my friend.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.